Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Peters and it's week 2 of the Real Women of Philadelphia and we're working on side dishes. And as you can see, it is a beautiful day here in BC, and a day like this gets me in the mood for barbecuing, so I'm going to stick some sausages on the barbecue in a little bit. But first I want to take you inside to work on our side dish. Today we are making zucchini boats and it's going to be fun, so let's get in the kitchen. Okay, so to make our zucchini boats, all we need to do first is to boil our zucchini. So I have two medium-sized zucchinis here, and depending on, maybe you have some zucchinis growing out in the garden later in the summer and you have one big one, then that would work just fine too. But for right now, I have two medium zucchinis, and I just have some water boiling on the stove here. So I'm just going to put them in between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on your size of zucchini. You want to make sure that they're kind of fork tender rather than too soft, because you don't want it too mushy. We're going to be putting them in the oven afterwards to bake even further. So just make sure that they're still just a little bit tender. I'm also going to salt the water, just as so, and in they go. So once the zucchinis are all cooked, we're going to be scooping out the pulp of them, and we're going to be filling them with this nice creamy Philadelphia cream cheese mixture inside them, and it's going to be wonderful. So I'm taking 3/4 of a block, or 6 ounces of a block, of Philadelphia light cream cheese. I thought we'd cut back a little bit on our fat today, just to make it a nice light side dish. So I'm going to put that in my mixer. It's already softened at room temperature. And this is 3/4 of a cup of sour cream, and I'm using fat-free sour cream today just to help us out even further, and 1 garlic minced. So in there, we're going to cream that together. That's looking good. So to my cream cheese mixture, I'm also going to add 1/4 cup of Parmesan, and I'm just going to stir that in there, just as so. Alright, and I'm going to set that aside because that's ready. And now for our toppings. So in our zucchini boats, we're going to have our cream cheese mixture, and then our topping is going to consist of 1 cup of sliced grape tomatoes. And I love a grape tomato. They're almost like little candies, little punches of flavor, and so fresh. So we're going to use those. I have 4 slices of bacon already pre-cooked. I'm going to put that in there. And I have about 3 tablespoons of some really nice fresh basil. It smells so good. And about 1/2 cup of grated cheddar cheese. Alright, so look at even the color on that. Such a great presentation this is going to make on our zucchini boat. So I'm just going to mix that together, just as so, and that looks great. Okay, so I think my zucchini are ready, so I'm going to go get those out of the water. So after 10 minutes, my zucchini are cooked just perfectly. So I'm going to remove them, and I'm just going to put them in a cold water bath in here, just to stop them from cooking further. And then I'll take the heat off of them right away. Now this is also something that you could do ahead of time. You could make your cream cheese mixture up ahead of time. You could cook your zucchini this far ahead of time, put it in the cold water bath, and it'll stop it from cooking. And that way you've done half of your prep work already. But I'm just going to let these sit in here for a minute and cool off a little bit, and then we'll start cutting them and scooping out the pulp. So now that my zucchini are all cooked, I've already started preparing them. I'll just show you what I've done to create my little boats. So I'm slicing them in half, just as so. And then you see all the seeds inside here. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting them out and removing that part, because that's going to be our filling to put all of our cream cheese and toppings, which is going to be just so nice. Just like that. Okay, so these are going to be great. Now I often get asked all the time what my inspiration has been from cooking, or where I learned how to cook. And I have to say, I'm kind of a little bit self-taught. We love having people over to our house. I married a very social man. My husband, when I first met him, came with a million friends, it felt like, and we were always having people over, and I love it. We kind of have an open door policy where people can just pop by all the time, and to me, I love that, and it's really exciting. So what makes it even more exciting is being able to cook some really great dishes for them and get a little bit experimental in the kitchen. So that's where I've kind of learned how to cook some of these great things. Okay, so now that those are all ready, I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of pepper just to season them a little bit. And I salted my water already in my zucchini when I boiled them, and Parmesan cheese is already a little bit salty also. So next up, I'm going to be putting in this beautiful creamy mixture and filling those little boats up. Doesn't that look great? Okay, so I'm just going to finish these off, and I'll let you know what we're going to do next. And for our final step, we're just going to be placing this beautiful tomato and bacon mixture on top. Look at even the color of this. It's gorgeous. So much flavor is going to be in these. Your children and family members are going to be pleasantly surprised at how many vegetables are in here, but yet it tastes so good. I love zucchini also paired with tomatoes. I think that combination is really, really nice. All right, pile these on top. Now for our final topping, just for that little bit of crunch, I've crushed up about ½ a cup of croutons. Now you could also use breadcrumbs if you wanted to. I like using croutons because they're flavored and buttered already, and it just makes for a nice little crunch on top. So I'm going to be sprinkling these on throughout. Be as generous as you like with them, just to make that nice little crunchy topping. And these are going to go into the oven at 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes. And again, just keep on watching your zucchini that it's not getting too soft on you. Okay, so now that these are ready, in the oven they go. Alright, so I just pulled these out of the oven and they look delicious. Oh my goodness, the presentation of these is so great because it's so colorful and just so impressive. Your friends and family are going to love these. Perfect for a barbecue with maybe some tasty sausage, which is what we're having tonight, or maybe some Parmesan chicken, or any kind of a side dish really. Maybe some great steaks. This would be just perfect. All right. Okay, and now, just to impress your company that's coming over, or maybe your family, maybe to come and garnish the plate ever so slightly with maybe a few sprigs of parsley just to make it look extra fresh and beautiful. That looks great. Look at that presentation. Just gorgeous. All right, well, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to dig into one of these. So I'm going to stick this on my plate here and give it a little taste. Man, am I ever excited for dinner tonight. The zucchini is perfectly cooked, not too soft, not too soggy, just cooked well enough to hold everything in that boat. And delicious. The creamy center filling from that Philadelphia cream cheese makes it so smooth. You get that little bit of crunch from the croutons on top. And all of those flavors mixed together from the basil and the tomatoes, delicious. I'm really excited for dinner time tonight, so I'm going to get going because it's time to eat. I hope you have a great night. Thanks, bye.